Betway sponsors Premier League Darts on Sky Sports.
The greatest year of his life.
My surroundings take my brain. I'm just a city kid who thought tonight. Never let's go!
Welcome back to the Betway Premier League. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the six-time winner of the Premier League, the record-breaking, history-making, 16 times the champion of the world. It's Bill. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a two-time winner of the Premier League, the back-to-back former two-time champion of the world, the flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson!
Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. Pack in the wind, that'll be that's the thing. I won't ever back up, hook it out, back up. Try and play a role and you're the whole couple act up. Get up, stand up, come on with your hands up. If you got the feeling, jump up, twist the feeling. One flip of one drop, someone talking jump, yo, I lost them in the eye. And then I'll hit the punch, I can't take it down, I can't take it down. So get top, you feet and jump around, jump around, jump around, jump around. Jump up and get down.
As Sky Sports Darts on Twitter, as Sky Sports on Instagram. Which way is this one going to go? World champion against world champion, Gary Anderson, Phil Taylor. Taylor looked very relaxed on his way up there, Rod.
Looked exceptionally relaxed as he was standing backstage alongside where we are and all the staff. He was chatting and having a laugh and a joke with everybody, which you don't see very often with Taylor. Normally he's very focused before he goes on the stage, so perhaps that's a sign he can relax a bit and start letting the darts flow.
What do you make of Gary Anderson's body language?
Well, Gary Anderson, I mean, when he was standing there as well after Phil had walked on, he looked very focused. And the way he played last weekend was absolutely brilliant. And the thing about Gary Anderson, he's got this exceptional scoring power. If he keeps doing that from the very first leg, then Phil has got a real big battle on his hands.
Scoring power's the difference in the stats, actually. Tournament average of 101.61 for Anderson, 95.22 for Taylor. It's a big difference.
It's a huge difference. Gary Anderson, you know, 13 180 to Phil's 6. We know Phil doesn't hit a lot of 180s because he switches a lot. But Anderson, he must be on a high after last weekend, as I said. and he's got to take it to Taylor. He must not let Phil Taylor get a couple of legs up, because that is when Phil Taylor, even though he's going to pack the game up, that's where it's going to be dangerous.
Cheers, Rod. Let's hand over to Wayne Miles and Nigel Pearson.
Thank you, Dave. Promises to be a real classic, this. Let's hope that it builds up to that and lives up to that. Gary Anderson, his most local Premier League venue, of course, based in Burnham-on-Sea now. Some 60 or 70 miles here from Exeter. And what an atmosphere here at the Westpoint Arena. It is something special. And we have Gary Anderson on 4 Premier League points. Phil Taylor, one of 3 undefeated players on 6 from 4 matches. What an atmosphere. And Gary Anderson arriving here in Exeter on the back of a terrific weekend in Barnsley at the Players' Championships at Metrodome last weekend. But completely different here in an atmosphere like this. One of the smaller Premier League venues, but what an atmosphere away.
Yeah, one of the noisiest ones, that's for sure. Yeah, 2 absolute thoroughbreds upon the hockey now. And like Dave Clark said, the difference in the averages between the two. We know averages don't win games, they're just indicators as to how the player has been playing. And Gary Anderson has been playing quite beautifully. Phil Taylor unbeaten, like you said, Nige, but his form has not been great. What has been good has been his timing, and the timing of that 43 from Gary has opened the door for Phil Taylor.
Nice setup for Phil, but will he have the opportunity as Gary comes forward now? Well, he needed the treble 20. So Taylor, for a break of throw in the first leg of the game, needs tops here now for the power, for the early advantage. Bit well below, now double 10. Big last dart and gets there. Phil the power Taylor off and running. It's a break of throw as well. Wipes his brow. A little bit of relief all round there for the power.
Yeah, when you go tops, 10s, 5s, you've got to be aggressive on the double 5, and he was. But Gary in that leg was all over the place. And Rod Harrington said you can't let Phil Taylor get a couple of legs in front. Well, if he wins this leg, he will be, and then we'll see what happens.
Yes, and a win for Phil Taylor will put him on to 8 points, which will put him above Michael Van Gerwen. MVG not available tonight through injury, of course. And it would put Taylor in a great position after 5 matches on 7 points, but a long way to go. Still early days here in this one. Clash of 2 world champions battling hard in front of a packed house here in glorious Devon.
Yeah, in 12 campaigns, Phil Taylor has only failed to make the playoffs once. That's just incredible. So they'll be looking to make them again. Beaten finalists last year by MVG. And interestingly enough, Phil beat Gary in the semi-final last year.
Needed a treble 20 with the first dart. Adrian Lewis and Peter Wright coming up. Peter Wright, by the way, the victim of Gary Anderson's sensational average and form in Barnsley at the weekend. Really was something special. Now, Phil Taylor for a hold and a 2-leg cushion. 19 is the first dart here. He's hit the double.
Wow. 13 left. These kind of combinations used to be absolute gimmies for Phil Taylor. Now a single 5, double 4. It's important dart. Well, the double 19 was just that little bit careless.
And a chance for a break back for Gary Anderson. Now he's got to go for double 9. 1 dart remaining. Middle of the bed. Good recovery from Anderson. Taylor let him off the hook there. Parity restored. 1 leg apiece here in Exeter.
What a strange game. They're 1-1, but who's feeling better right now? Phil will be inside thinking, a single 19, are you kidding me? Just thrown with little confidence, or just a
100.
concentration level that had dropped.
A dramatic dip down the board to hit the double, right down the bottom.
90.
So uncharacteristic. He's the greatest player ever. It's a good start.
140.
Phil looks quite comfortable though, I've got to say. He's been playing decent in the Premier League without playing well. As you can see, averaging over a ton. Both averaging in 3 digits now, but Phil, this is the best Phil's looked to me.
Yeah, he's playing a lot better than he did against Kim Hybrex in Brighton last week. I thought it was a scrappy game, that one. 6 apiece draw. 96.5 average. Now tops for Anderson.
120.
Wow, that got Phil's heart going. Now the 1-2-1. Treble 17. That leaves the little red bit in the centre of the board.
96.
Now tops for Gary Anderson for a 2-1 advantage. First time of asking, no problem. This is a decent match, this. 2 thoroughbreds really working hard. Anderson 102 average, Taylor 105. It's a decent contest, this, and I agree with you, Wayne. Phil looking much more convincing with the way he's playing here. Scrappy against Hybrex last week with that 6 apiece draw, 2 draws in his 4 outings. And what about that from Gary Anderson? And that, would you believe, is the first 180 of the match.
Thrown with conviction and speed by Gary.
43.
One big shot from Gary and Phil buckles. I wonder how many 9 darters Gary Anderson is in practice. I bet it's obscene.
Plenty. Yeah. Switching down Taylor now. It's a last start, just keeps him interested here. Anderson looking for a decent setup now. Couldn't find the treble though.
Well, it wasn't the fact that he couldn't find the treble, it was what he was doing at the 57 for the 3rd dart. Just, the mind boggles. Gary Anderson has left the Taylor, and that's a bogey, that's a shot that can't be taken out.
So, not on a finish then, Gary Anderson here. He plays Dave Chisnall in Glasgow next Thursday, the 9th of March. Can you imagine the atmosphere? It's the final game of the night, by the way. Imagine the atmosphere as Gary Anderson walks onto the stage at the Hydro in Glasgow next week.
85.
A lack of concentration again from Phil Taylor. Wanted a single 20 to leave tops. Now Gary Anderson wants 36. Double 9.
56.
Rushed. 3rd dart was rushed.
This is scrappy now. This is for a hold and to level at 2 legs apiece. Tops he needs, Taylor. No problem. 2 apiece it is. Well, whoever wins this, if one of them does win it, they're going to have to grind out a result and really dig deep now.
97.
Yeah, it's quite fascinating, I have to say. Not quite sure what either are going to do. Always makes for a good game. The scoring seems to be there, but the combination finishing and the hitting of single numbers is proving hard for Phil Taylor.
45.
Taylor's hit 7 ton 40s as opposed to Anderson's 2.
But interestingly enough, Gary's had more darts at a double than Phil, so in between the 140s, and Mardor-like scores.
You said that. Focus the key here. And nice from Anderson, but you see Phil Taylor here, he's completely focused. very much in the zone here.
Yeah, even though Phil said this is his last year as a professional darts player on tour, should we say, he still has that competitiveness. He will not want anyone to beat him.
Still got the sparkle in his eye of the competitive edge. Got the treble, needs the double. 12. Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant from Taylor. Pressure, what pressure! And it's a break of throw back in Taylor's favour as well.
11 dart leg. To break throw, 11 darts up, 3-2 up.
Look at the concentration. Vintage Taylor now. How he would dearly love, I'm sure, to beat Adrian Lewis next week in Glasgow, to see off Gary Anderson here tonight, and get to Rotterdam to face Michael van Gerwen with an unbeaten record. Can you imagine?
Well, if that is the case, they'll be first and second in the table. Wow. Gary has to apply some pressure, and does. We may see Phil leave a Taylor. Stay there. No, can't leave one now.
Yeah, he's hitting the treble 20 with great consistency now. Phil Taylor on the finish. Well, that was a slack last dart from Gary. Leaves 200, not on a finish, so 6 darts from here for Phil. Treble 19. Oh, he's hit the treble 7. Which way is he going to go from here for the setup? 16 route, yep, he does. He's going to be back for tops for a 4-2 advantage, that 2-leg cushion. But look at Gary here, he's doing it for fun.
He did that in the last leg. At 180 to leave 80, he didn't get a shot. Now he's at 180 to leave 20, and if Phil doesn't take this out, he will get a shot. Big dart this.
Oh, he's going to be annoyed with that. Very, very annoyed. You'd expect Gary Anderson to take this now. First time of asking. Frustration for Phil Taylor. Break of throw back for Gary Anderson. 3 legs apiece.
Well, this is an absolute role reversal of the last 10 years. Gary Anderson has outscored Phil Taylor umpteen times, missed doubles, and Phil cleans up. And this match so far has been the other way around.
The speed with which Gary threw that 180 as well, it was almost like, well, this is a lost cause. Bang, 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 let's see what happens. And the 140s that I mentioned earlier as well, 10 for Taylor. What a stat that is. But that 180 from Gary Anderson really set up the finish in that previous leg.
This is Phil's best performance for some time. He hasn't averaged in this region since back in November last year. That's a lot of matches for Phil Taylor. This used to be his kind of mean, didn't it? 107.
There again, hitting the treble 20 on the first. Second attempt, I should say. Leaves an 81 finish. As you say, his average very impressive, but still being pegged back at 3 apiece by Gary Anderson here. And a fourth 180 from Gary. Now, can Taylor take this? 12 would lead Bull. He needs double 13.
55.
He's missed again.
Gary requires 76.
Oh, this would hurt. This would hurt the power. 60. 16 now. Tops for 4-3. Phil Taylor is missing combinations and Gary Anderson isn't.
Agreed. Gary's finishing has really stepped up, hasn't it?
This is why he's the twice world champ. This is why he's a twice Premier League champion. The mistakes Gary Anderson used to make were always at the latter end of the legs, and now You make a mistake against him and he'll have you. He'll put you in your place.
Here we go. Fifth 180 in a game. Gary Anderson. 5 180s for Gary. 13 ton 40s for Phil. Decent game, this one.
But it's 4 in 4 legs for Gary. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Crowd are gripped by this. Gripped.
95.
Now Phil with work to do here. Switches for that treble 19. Back up the board he goes.
57.
Can't find a treble. The door opening up for Anderson now.
Yeah, massively. It's so good, isn't it? When that first 60 goes in, it's inevitable another will follow. Well, Phil Taylor now looks like being broken.
86.
Double 16. Double 80 gets 5-3 leads now. And that is a crucial leg for Gary Anderson. He's looking really smooth now. And he's finishing 45%. Very impressive, as opposed to Phil at 27 now on the checkout stats. That has been Phil's problem. He's had opportunities and he's allowed the door to open for Gary Anderson, who's pounced and has taken it at every opportunity.
Yeah, he's missed a lot of 1 and 2 darts at a double, Phil. When he wanted the 51, he missed the double 4 after hitting a double 19. Wanted the 81, left 26 and missed that. And Gary cleaned up both times. If you're missing and getting away with it, it doesn't matter, it really doesn't. But Phil is being punished for not every mistake he's making.
96.
Well, he can ensure with this leg, Gary Anderson, that he won't be beaten by Phil tonight. This is better. Much better. From the power. 14 140s. VG fans hoping he's going to be back next week for Glasgow.
105.
If they'd have known, maybe they'd have chosen a different costume or something. Shame. Michael Van Gerwen, for those that have been out most of the night, is not here. He has a back injury. Hopefully he's back. He's okay, and he is back next week. Double 10 for a point.
90.
Wow, Gary, wild.
111.
Wow. That was his worst start at a double for quite some considerable time for Gary.
Since 2012.
Double 16. No, again, the finishing. He's missed 9 at a double now.
Another combination goes begging for Phil Taylor. Is he punished?
No
The
score.
answer is no, but Phil still has to clean this up.
32.
And more importantly, for Gary Anderson, this is a potential break of throw for Phil Taylor.
Pressure on. Gets it. Second down for the power, and the ironic punch of the air, because that is a break of throw. And now Taylor has the darts to try and level this one.
Ten black field is Rufus. Game on.
Spark in his eyes. Really up for this, Wayne.
Yeah, it's been a great game. They both are, aren't they? But the undoing of Gary there was the wild dart off of the 100 finish that went miles inside the single 10. We know double 5's not nice, because if you come inside, you've split it, you've got to waste the dart, so you get defensive. It's hard not to, but he got way too defensive, Gary Anderson.
Wow, this is wayward from Taylor.
80.
Good recovery with the last dart, though. It's the type of game where you just get the feeling now it'd be cruel for one of them to lose.
As Gary hits his 6th maximum. It's just so hard to gauge who's going to win? Is it going to be a draw? And is Phil going to take the spoils?
96.
Gary Anderson has now hit 19 180s in this Premier League. We're only up to week 5. It's not bad.
98.
Well, Phil Taylor will be looking for a maximum. Hasn't hit one yet. To put bundles of pressure on Gary.
140. Harry Maguire, 83.
Will Taylor be back? Hit the treble, needs the double 16, and Gary Anderson will not be beaten by Phil Taylor tonight. To retain an unbeaten record, Phil Taylor has to win the next 2 legs.
That is where Gary Anderson has become nigh on the complete player for me. Those finishes back kind of 3-4 years ago, never happening, very, very rarely. Now you leave him that kind of shot and he just pings it time and time again. And as an opponent, it must be absolutely demoralising. Not only can he score, he can finish the living daylights out of you as well.
123.
Phil played quite beautifully for the first part of this game. The best he's played all Premier League, really.
Yes. He's still playing well now, he's just not getting away with it.
105.17, Taylor. Very similar, Gary Anderson.
It's just not good enough.
The standard here. Goodness me. Crowd are having money's worth.
It's good to see the power playing this well. And for me personally, it's good to see him try so hard. Just want it so badly. If the want goes, then it becomes, well, in sport becomes impossible. But Phil Taylor clearly still has that competitive edge that you need.
Still a great player.
42.
Still a great player.
39.
Now, Taylor needs to take out a 139 to keep his hopes alive of maintaining that unbeaten record. Treble 19 he gets. Now treble 13, he's going for 20. Hoping that Gary will not take this out now. Opportunity for Anderson for the match.
Single 19. Tops for 2 points.
76.
Door still open for the power. For a break of throw. Tops he needs to save the match. Gone well below. 1 dart remaining at double 5. Oh, how about that? The old master still got it. Goodness me. And now he has the darts. Holds his throw. He stays unbeaten.
Anyone that's ever played in any kind of league situation in darts or a tournament will know that hitting double 5 last dart is just difficult. You've got to have the power to get it up there and the belief that it's going to go in.
Oh, didn't you just get the feeling? The moment that Phil made a bit of a hash of his visit, Gary punishes him with a 7th maximum of the match and his 20th of the Premier League campaign in 5 weeks.
Yeah, there's been a total of 7 180s in this match and Gary has 7.
Now Taylor needs a big shot here, needs a big visit. He's going to save this match. Shown a lot of character and determination. Gone too high.
Well, he stayed there and incredibly got the 60. But Gary Anderson, if he can hit 2 trebles now, put himself in a brilliant position. Can't hit 1.
Well, Phil Taylor now has a great opportunity from here. 6 darts to save the match. Another one of those that do nicely. Switching for 19s here.
Well, he wants 89. He wasn't sure what was left, incredibly. 57.
What about that? Beste can do that, and he's going to have a dart to level this match and to remain unbeaten. A brilliant 180s, double 16 for Taylor to stay unbeaten. Pressure on, gets it. What a match that was! Anderson 105, Taylor 104. The power remains unbeaten in the Premier League. It's a point for him, which puts him on to 7 points. Gary Anderson is on 5. Terrific match, great showdown, and yet another draw in the Premier League.
Betway sponsors Premier League Darts on Sky Sports.
The Betway Premier League live from Exeter. Really classy display between Phil Taylor and Gary Anderson. 105 average for Anderson, 103 for Taylor. A 6-all draw, thoroughly entertaining. A draw too between the Flying Scotsman and the Power. Up next, Adrian Jackpot Lewis against Peter Snakebite Wright. And Chizzy's back at the end of the evening as he takes on James Wade. Table is good reading for Phil the Power Taylor. Still unbeaten in this Premier League campaign. Topping the table on 7 points. Gary Anderson in 4th position with 5 points. Both of them talking to Rodster.
Phil, Gary, thanks for talking to us after such a brilliant match. Let's start with you, Phil. Top of the league you are after that draw. Just give us your thoughts on the match and being top of the table.
He gave me chances, the early doors, he gave me chances. I missed, was he 51? I went double, I was thinking, don't go 19. Eric always said, don't go big 19 when you want 51, you can burst. So I threw low and hit double. I thought, you silly bit. Well, I thought worse than that. I should have gone bigger. I've never ever gone big 19. I don't know, he just seemed to put me under pressure at the right time. The 180s and the 2 darts out was brilliant by Gary. I got in there.
Terrific game. Look, a couple of important shots. The double 5, I thought, took a bit of bottle when you needed it towards the back end, and the 177 to leave 32.
Do you know what? I probably played better than I played all season, and I'm happy with the draw. So I think Gary's gutted, obviously, but I'm happy with the draw.
You missed one match, are you gutted, or did you enjoy the game and the draw's a pretty good, fair result in the end, you think?
I was gutted in his last start, double 5. Oh, wait, he's got matches last, but you know what, so I was like, no. You know, you get chances against Phil. If you didn't take them, this is what he does to you. He's a pain in the backside, you know, he does. And then the last leg, the 177, I hit some 180 to leave 3. Didn't think I was going to get a shot at it, you know, and I was right, so, yeah.
8 maximums. I think there was a run of 5 in successive legs as well. The 180s came back for you, didn't they?
I know, yeah. I think that was one of the good ones. You know, in between we were scoring good shots, and then it was a couple of iffy ones in between, and then we were back on it. But
I haven't finished with you yet.
I can't wait to.
I haven't finished with you yet.
Look, we're both expecting you to be in the final 4, so this rivalry might be renewed. You can sense you're both really enjoying it, and that's good to see.
Oh, listen, this is my last time now. We're here at the Westpoint, so I'm going to enjoy it. Of course I am. They are one of the noisiest crowds, believe it or not, because of the building, I think. But I've really enjoyed tonight, and I must thank Gary. I mean, he pushed me, he made me play better than I've played all season. So looking forward to the rest of it now. I think I've got a chance of qualifying for this.
You are top, yeah. Thanks for talking to us, guys. Really good match, and really good to see you both enjoying it. We certainly enjoyed watching you play. Thanks very much.
Well, I miss him. No, I will not miss this.
It's all the interviews.
Brilliant display, great interview there as well between 2 true champions.